Okay, well, this was my albergue for last night down here in the city centre, and now we have to get to Villafranca after a fabulous day yesterday. It's going to be a hot one today, and we've got 25k, I think it is. Well, according to the plan, always seems to be far more. Not too hard a day, not too much up and down. A little bit of a simpler day. Across the bowl of the valley here, this city is just right in the centre of a whole range of mountains on every side that we've climbed across to get into the bowl. Now we've got to go across it, and then tomorrow we go up and over and out. So let's get going. I love walking through these parks early in the morning on the way out of the city. When you know it's going to be a hot day, but it's still cool. Adios, Ponferrada. You see how there are other birds nesting in the side of the stork's nest. Just found these cherry trees, loads of cherries hanging on the trees here, and they're just being left to fall. So, wish not, want not. Apricot tree. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Lovely little stop for coffee and slice of tortilla. Center of this little town. So we are in Beirzo, which is a bowl-shaped valley in between Castilla and where we're going, over those mountains over there, into Galicia. So we've come off the Meseta, we've gone over the top of one set of mountains, now we're down in this bowl, and it's got its own microclimate. It's got loads of vines, lots and lots of wine production here. Elbeo is a strong wine region, not as much known as La Rioja, but a strong wine region, and as you can see, we're in a vineyard right at the moment. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been carefully meditating, taking myself through really quite slowly and carefully through Along Obedience in the Same Direction by Eugene Peterson, which is a wonderful book. It really is a fantastic book on Christian discipleship, how to live as a Christian, what the important elements of discipleship are, and how to apply them, how to work on them in your life. I found it really, really helpful. So a big recommendation for that book if you've never read it. I hadn't. It's always been one that I thought I would read, and now I have. And I shall go back to it, I'm sure. But in some of Peterson's concluding paragraphs, he really wanted to sort of explain his heart for discipleship and make clear the whole sort of focus of the book and bring it together. And he wrote a fantastic quote, which I'll share with you now, which is, "What is required is obedience, the strength to stand, and the willingness to leap, and the sense to know when to do which is exactly what we get when a good memory of God's ways is combined with a lively hope in his promises." It's fantastic. Absolutely great. Really, really clear, and helps us to understand that actually at the very centre of Christian discipleship, following Jesus, is obedience, is to get up and follow him, to trust in him, to practice his ways, to know that he is good, and to apply it to our lives. And obedience isn't a popular word, but it leads to great places. When we are obedient to what is good for us, it leads us to prospering. When we are obedient to God's ways, it leads us into his incredible plan for our lives. I don't know how you cope with the idea of obedience. Maybe being obedient to people, especially if they're people who you don't trust or don't particularly admire, that's really tough. Maybe a boss, maybe you were brought up in a family where obedience was expected, but you couldn't respect the leading. There are all sorts of challenging areas of obedience. Maybe even if we look at the government and we think, well, we're told to be obedient, but these guys weren't during Partygate and during lockdown and that sort of thing. That can conjure up all sorts of unhelpful ideas around obedience, but obedience is good for us. It leads us to prospering, it leads us to fruitfulness. And as I stand in this vineyard and look at the flourishing of these vines and the beauty of the rows, as we just look down this road, knowing that there's going to be loads of fruit produced and harvested this year, hopefully a really good vintage for the growers, and that they can be profitable this year. Our lives need to be fruitful. I wonder how fruitful your life is and how much that is centered on obedience, because God has great plans for our lives, and as we trust in him and are obedient to him in our discipleship of him, then we will flourish. I'll leave that with you today. What areas of your life do you need to be more obedient, and how might that lead to your greater fruitfulness? Anyway, contemplate that, and I encourage you to read Along Obedience in the Same Direction, which has been just the perfect book to accompany my Camino. Check this out. 198.5 to go to Santiago. This place is just spectacularly beautiful. Really fallen for this area. I hope there's more of this to come over the next few days. But wow, it is just lovely. And today is hot. Proper hot. Sizzly hot, which is great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Plenty of water on board. Plenty of sun cream on, and plenty of joy in my heart. This is just the best. Oh, so grateful to be away. And as I think about St. Peter's, who are meeting, right now, probably just coming towards the end of the service. Grateful to the church for releasing me to do this, and praying blessings on the church family today. As you gather and share time together. Just properly relaxed and living my best life. This valley is just so abundant. Just been walking this morning past cherry trees and walnut trees and quince trees and apricot trees and Walnut trees and vines and apple trees, all sorts. And that's just walking along, just keeping your eyes open just along the path. So much going on here. And then there's all sorts of other farming with vegetables being grown, and it's really abundant. I think because it's well watered, this area does get a good amount of rain, but it's also got its really warm sort of microclimate, and it's just abundant. It is just fantastic. Just looking at all the fruit and that's going on. Just coming up to another one now. See this? Walnut tree. Just beautiful. And lots of flowers and things alongside the vineyards, and just an abundance. God is abundant. Is your life fruitful? Root yourself in Him. camino. Made it to Villafranca. The albergue for this evening. Take a look at that one. Hopefully it's as nice on the inside. Wow, I am so happy right now. Look at these beds. They're not bunk beds, and they're also properly got bed linen on, so I don't even have to get my sleeping bag out. Oh, and look, even somewhere to hang my clothes. I mean, this place, this albergue, is on yet another level. Really chosen well tonight. Very happy boy. Going to get a good night's sleep. And apparently, the guy who runs this place, his mum's the cook, so it looks like I'll be eating here tonight. Just been for a proper swim in the river. Absolutely stunning. Just amazing. Wow. But it was not warm. I tell you what, folks, if you're looking for a break in the sunshine, a little bit more off the beaten track in Spain, in a beautiful area that has good food, good wine, cheap accommodation, beautiful gardens, amazing towns, lots of history. You could do a whole lot worse than coming to Beirzo region and venturing around this little valley for a few days. It is lovely, and I'm going to be back. Iglesia San Nicolas el Real. Well, that's the end of another amazing day on Camino. Absolutely loved it. One of my favourite days that I've had on Camino. One of my favourite days I've had in a long time. Just a beautiful, beautiful walk. Lovely albergue, lovely place here, Villafranca. Yeah, very, very at peace and very, very joyful and light in heart. And great to hear that it was a fantastic night at the youth takeover of Soul Food this evening. What great news. So just picked that up, and that's great to hear. So I'm signing off for tonight. I'm going to go and get some sleep. Hoping Scotland are going to win. I hope Scotland do win. But it's time to go and get some sleep because it's a big day tomorrow. Big climb, big day, big stage. So bless you all, and buen camino.